Oh, with monster movies, I would say disaster movies.
Oh,
Since you brought that up.
You know what? I actually agree with you. Disaster movies, ever since 2012, all I think is you can't do better. Like 2012 is like, I saw Geostorm and I'm like, but it's not 2012 though. Yeah, that's it. It's literally all the same shit once you get past 2012. That's it. That's why I like the movie Don't Look Up. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence in it. And I like that movie a lot because it's about the end of the world, but it's more about the government's and the public's response to the message that the world is ending. Would they even care? You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a really fun commentary. It's also got some great comedy in it. It's got some good spoofs. And it's basically just around the world of politics, and it's great.
A monster movie that I think tells that perspective very well without, being comedic is Shin Godzilla.
I haven't seen Shin Godzilla. I hear it's good.
It's from what I remember reading, that movie was supposed to be a criticism of how the Japanese government responded when the tsunami hit Japan in 2011. And so basically a lot of Shin Godzilla, from what I remember, I only saw it one time. From what I remember, it's a lot of like Godzilla destroying shit, and then it would cut to like government officials in like a boardroom talking about, well, shit, what are we gonna do about this? And not really doing anything to like stop it, because it's like, how do you stop Godzilla?
Yeah, that's real. Shit. No, what's the word? Another show that like really does well. It's actually in the zombie genre, and facing the politics of it. It's a show. All of Us Are Dead. It's a Korean zombie show on Netflix, and I recently just rewatched it. And a lot of the time when you're watching these zombie shows, like the first thing is like, okay, the government's shutting everything down. It's shooting civilians, right? In the show, they go step by step to how the military gets to the point where they firebomb the quarantine zone. You know what I mean? Like, it's step by step showing the orders. Oh, they can be asymptomatic, so we don't know who's infected and who's not, stuff like that. They try quarantining. They try everything before they have to start killing people. Like, it's a slow progression. Like, these guys are actually competent. You know what I mean? And it ends with one of the leaders, after all of the smoke and mirrors, after all the fire, the infection is dealt with and it's finished. And at the end, the leader behind it all says, okay, I'm going to retire for the night. You take over. He's been up for like 72 hours or however long. He's been up like 4 or 5 days, maybe longer. So that's more than 72. Yeah. You get it. And so after all that, he says, I'm going to go to bed now. I need some sleep. He calls his wife. His wife said, "Oh, can you bring some like milk and eggs on the way home? You really should pick up my phone calls." She starts nagging a little bit, but it's like it's fun. It's whatever. It's a wife thing. And then when he hangs up the phone, the thing is, okay, I'm sorry. Let me introduce the scene correctly. He goes into his chambers where he has his uniform hung up. So he puts on his uniform. He sits down on the chair. He calls his wife, talks. Random bullshit, smiles, laughs, and then hangs up the phone. When he hangs up the phone, he goes into his pocket and pulls out a revolver and self-deletes because he cannot handle the grief of what he did. He kills himself, So he commanded all of that. It slowly rose up to that, and he blamed himself so much that he took his own life.
Wow.
Stuff like that, right? Like, that is such a nuanced, great perspective to use here. A lot of these American shows and movies just cut to the chase. We don't want that. We want real people. We want that character work and that natural progression. Stuff like that is what's innovative and interesting, So, like I said, there are always exceptions to any rule, and I think All of Us Are Dead is a great exception to like a dumb teen drama, you know what I mean? Turned into like a now mixing the zombie apocalypse into it, and it actually feels like you can actually feel the stakes. It no longer feels anywhere near as stupid,
Yeah.
So I liked it very much.